Hi everyone, and welcome to our third module, Culture and Society. In this module, we're going to unpack the concept of culture historically and as it relates to the contemporary moment that we all live in. So a layman's definition of culture would be a person's total way of life. So looking at the values, norms, customs that shape social interaction and shape how they think of themselves and their community. So values, as we're learning from Giddens in this module, is really the abstract ideas that comprise society and culture. So for instance, monogamy is often taken for granted value. We like to believe that this is a value that all cultures share, but in reality it's something that's very specific to Western culture. A norm would be how people informally kind of obey the rules of society, right? And in this module, you're going to have your own chance to break a social norm and to witness people's reaction. And you will see that sometimes people will have a very visceral reaction to you breaking this like very informal norm that we take for granted each and every day, like walking backwards or, like not saying hello to someone in the morning. So this module, we're really going to understand how culture impacts us, and most importantly, how we as individuals and we are socialized into culture, right? So when we think about the second unit we'll be discussing is, gender, right? Like we like to think that we come into this world as men and women because of our sex characteristics, but actually gender is something that is learned. We learn to perform gender. We learn the social cues and the social norms that are associated with gender. Like for instance, wearing particular articles of clothing, reacting in certain ways, the certain expectations that come with gender, right? And this all to say that culture then really informs how we interact in social settings and the expectations that we have of each other. And then we're going to move to look at one of the most important aspects of culture in this contemporary moment, which is material culture, looking at the tools that society has and what that expresses about our contemporary society, and that is technology, right? So we have come a very long way from the first time that scientists communicated with each other from UCLA to Stanford using computers, right? So now we have the World Wide Web as like this important medium. We use it as a way to interact with people, with our loved ones, to keep in touch. Sometimes employers use it to track our productivity. But we use it to connect, and we're really, because of technology, we think of ourselves as being more interconnected than ever before. So in Marx's time, it would take you, I don't know, like 3 weeks to travel from one country to another, right? And that was just one part of the hemisphere. And now you could do that within a matter of hours, right? So how has this shaped interaction? And most importantly, how has social media shaped the face-to-face interaction that has been historically such a big and important part of cultures across the world? So lastly, we're going to end our discussion of culture with looking at the family, which is the most important and primary agent of socialization. They are the group of people that we derive most of our values and norms from, and oftentimes we kind of again take them for granted and we don't challenge them. And in this unit, we're really going to understand sort of the role that the family plays as the agent of socialization, and looking at how really they socialized us into the culture that we're a part of. So with all of that said, I look forward to all of your contributions and looking forward to sharing more about culture in this unit.